So today we're going to explore my main fleet of Iron Blood ships, which is my main fleet overall. I also have a Royal Navy fleet. Actually, kind of two Royal Navy fleets that I really enjoy using that kind of mix and match there. But as you can see, we got my wife in the lobby here greeting us. Implacable, how you doing, baby?
指揮官へのメールね。期待されていること。そして、その期待に応えなきゃならないこと。忘れないで。
Well, and you're not one to disappoint either, baby, if you know what I'm saying. Alright, so here we're looking at my main fleet. It's all German ships. Starting in the back row on the right-hand side there, you'll see Bismarck Zwei. And next to her, in the middle there, you'll see the original Bismarck. And right next to her is August von Parseval, the aircraft carrier. And fun fact about her, I actually knew about her character way before I ever knew what Azure Lane was. Like a year or two ago, I was Googling hot anime women or something like that, and I came across some fan art of her that I thought was fantastic, and I'm like, who is this? But then I never looked into it. And then I downloaded this game and was extremely pleasantly surprised to find that she was one of the priority ships, so I immediately beeline to getting her. So in front of her, there we got Ajir, or no, I'm sorry, Augur, and she is a beast. Look at her. She's a monster, but she loves it. She is such a good character. And right next to her, we got Regensburg, who is quite the goddess. She is fantastic. She's one of the glue pieces of the build, I'd say. And last but not least, next to her, we got Mans, who is just a straight up really good ship. So here, bring up their portfolio views, or their portrait views, I should say. Basically, we've got both Bismarcks in the back. They are what we would call a flagship style ship. Essentially, they both buff all my other faction ships that share a faction with them. So all my Ironblood ships, which all these ships are Ironblood, they all get buff from them. Bismarck increases reload and crit chance, and then the Bismarck Zwei increases firepower, torpedo, and anti-air. And anti-air, I would say, is one of the weaknesses of the build, if anything. But August, I have equipped her with some fighter planes, which we'll pull up here in a second.
人は自分の感情に勝てないわ。
Yeah, so these fighter planes are really good for anti-air. They don't do any damage to other ships, though. But doesn't really matter, though, because the way this build's set up, August and her airstrike is in sync with Bismarck's volley, and that is important because August, when she fires her aircraft, she freezes the enemies for 4 seconds, or she slows them down basically over the course of 4 seconds. And that is timed to go at the same time as Bismarck firing her first volley, which is important because both of the Bismarcks have an ability where they deal guaranteed critical damage with their first volley, and which can be huge. That's 150% damage plus other modifiers you may have. Like you'll see I have those 2 white shells in her auxiliary slot. These things increase main gun crit damage by 25 apiece, and they do stack. Hence I have 2. Granted, I'm thinking of getting rid of one of them to give her some defensive gear. Give her some defensive gear. And also I have equipped with her my only rainbow gun. So it's my best gun. It's my heaviest hitting gun. And you see there, fire rate, 21.45 seconds. Very close to August von Parseval's airstrike speed. So essentially around the 20-second mark each match, you'll see them fire in unison. Real important, because like I said, they're getting that guaranteed crit damage off of that first salvo, landing on people. It's obscene damage. By that point, hopefully that would wipe out the enemy's vanguard, if they're not already wiped out. Sometimes they'll be dead before then, which is fine, and that would be in part due to Bismarck Zwei and Regensburg. Now, Bismarck Zwei, I would say, is the most powerful ship that I own. Okay, I'm sorry, Implacable. I'm sorry. I meant the second most powerful ship that I own, obviously. So, Bismarck Zwei also has a guaranteed crit damage on the first salvo volley. She has this ability called the
できれば
Calamitous Void Flame
あなたがこの
that
ま
is
ま私の
nuts.
そばに
It
いて
basically forms a black hole of
背中を
fire
預け
and
る
darkness
戦友
on
や
the field that
語
sucks
り
in,
合
it
う
can
友
suck
人
in
としてで
enemies.
は
It
なく
rains down these like pillars of light that damage people around it.
なんでもないわ
Her
言いたいこ
back
とに気づいてくれればそれで
ship
いい
piece, or rigging as they call it in the game, that's like the three-headed monster. It's called
まだこういうの
Geryon,
に
if I'm saying that right.
慣れていないみたい
Geryon. I think after the monster that Hercules slayed, the three-bodied monster. And basically it fires a death beam every odd-numbered salvo that she fires. And the gun I have on her is not very high damage dealing. It's armor piercing, which won't go into that, why that's good. But basically you see their fire rate 15.54 seconds. The reason that is important is because she essentially fires this gun every 15 seconds. And that is in sync with Regensburg's ability,
他の子を見ていた
which is called Regina the Iron Empress.
私が
And
霊言する
essentially
こそが
that targets a random humanoid enemy, so anyone in PvP. Sorry about that. And it increases the damage that enemy receives from all your iron blood ships. So very good for a faction fleet like this. And let's just put that way. Can we just take a moment and just look at this skin? Like, holy shnikes. Like I'm a staunch atheist, but when I look at this, I feel like there's something better out there. Like I feel like there's something going. Like this is wonder. Yeah, so, sorry for the little I'm getting a little sidetracked here, but we gotta look at this a little bit more detail here. Even her base skin there is just so fantastic. And this one has the limited 2D effects, so you can kind of do some movement and stuff here.
貴様もいい
Turn
加
the
減
port
休んだろ
animation here.
まさかその疲れた体がどこまで持ちこたえられるかを試してるわけじゃないでしょうね
God, that is
なぜ
so
私の
fantastic.
弱いところを私ではなく
All right,
他の子を見ている
getting back on track. So
先生か
Regensburg. Then we have
今日から
Mons
数えるとし
here,
よ
who
う
is like I said, she's just an all-arounder. Very good. She's tanky. She deals damage. You know, what else do you want? She's very good. Eventually, I think she will get replaced by the new
戦
Hindenburg,
績か
because
今日から数え
Hindenburg
る
is
と
way
しよう
more DPS-y, it seems, and I think she could really help with what this team's kind of trying to do, which is to hopefully annihilate the
この
enemy.
子は時々急
front
に
row
暴れ出
quickly.
すからスキンシップをするなら気をつけなさい指揮官
And Augur here. Man, she is so awesome. What a good character. She is one of the top, like, 2 or 3 best tanks in the game. Hence why I have her in this front position of the front row. Basically, she takes more of the damage that way. She has immense health. She has heavy armor. She's just absurd. She deals a ton of damage, too, so it's not like she has no drawback. Absolutely no drawback. And she's amazing looking. And her personality is great. She likes drinking, and she's basically one of those over-the-top villainous kind of characters. A lot of the whoa, kind of moments. She's almost like a caricature of what a over-the-top powerful villain should be, which I absolutely respect and love. So can't wait to put a ring on this gal's finger for sure. Okay, so now we're gonna back out to the lobby and get in some PvP matches. Now, the way PvP works is that neither player can control their gals. Like normally when you're doing all the campaign stuff, events, yada yada, you can control your vanguard, you can move them around, you can choose when they launch their torpedoes, you can choose when your back row launches their salvos or their airstrikes, but in PvP, it's not the way it works. Basically, you set up a defense fleet, and I fight other people's defense fleets with my, whatever fleet I set up. Right now, you see my defense fleet, pretty much the team I just showed you, except I have my wife in the back row instead of August von Parzival. My wife's also an aircraft carrier, and she has an insanely powerful slow effect, so that's why I kind of had her there as a placeholder until I could get August von Parzival fully fate simulated, which is a whole different story. And if you look at these enemies, these are 4 enemies up here, and basically you can tell you can estimate their powers from that fleet power number there. Like that first person has over 16,000 main fleet power and 15,000 Vanguard fleet power. And this build's actually kind of sweet. This is like an American ship team. Actually, is Juneo American or is she British? I don't remember. But basically that back row is all the Yorktown sisters, so that's actually kind of super cool. Enterprise, Hornet. This is like the de facto, if you Google what is the best, like most meta PvP thing you can be doing, this fleet right here is at that anchorage in the front there. Like the #1 best tank for the front row, and then this back row is just insanely powerful with itself. It's a little disgusting. I don't think my gals can take it on. Maybe eventually when I get my whole team oath, like say this person has rings on top of all their girls. I don't have all of mine ringed yet. That gives stat boosts and stuff like that. So, so someday maybe. And I don't have any, I barely have any ultra rare gear and stuff like that too. So, you know, hashtag free to play. But you know, we're gonna take on this American team. I'm curious to see how this goes. Like I said, oh, whoops, and we got to. I'm gonna put her in the front, Regensburg in the middle to kind of protect her a little bit, and I'm gonna put August in the back. Technically, keeping Implacable there might be best. I'm not sure, but this is more on flavor, with just having the full Iron Blood fleet. So, but yeah, it'll be cool to see how this goes. Like I said, air power is kind of a weakness, or I'm sorry, anti-air is a weakness of this build. As you can see, I can kind of move the camera around as we're fighting. Beating up their front row pretty good. The problem is that anchorage that they have basically negates a lot of what we're trying to do. So see, she's still alive. Normally she'd be dead. She basically gets invulnerability for several seconds. I don't know how long. See, then if she wasn't there, this would have gone so much better. Oh, is one of our characters still alive? Hey, look at that. And it's kind of funny, she actually can't, they don't have any battleships in the back, so they can't actually shoot this, but their planes here will probably take her out. Yeah. Holy shit, that was actually really super close. Like, literally the laser beam was going through, I think that was Enterprise down there, and I don't think she had her immunity up, so yeah, that was actually surprisingly close. I'm actually pretty proud of how that went. What the hell's up with this? Okay, so this person has just a completely awesome main fleet there of waifus, but only one ship in the front, so I don't know what the, you know, maybe they forgot to swap some gals in there, but whatever. Don't judge me for taking the easy dubs. Watch I say that and then we're gonna lose this, that'd be hilarious. But here, I'll explain. Watch in the upper corner, you see the clock kind of ticking down at the quarter mark here. 45 seconds. Regensburg's ability. See that portal underneath there? In that upper character? That's her ability. It makes that person take more damage for 5 seconds from the Iron Blood ships. There we go. Yeah, their back row there is a lot of awesome ships there. Mad respect. Then let's see here. Yeah, boy, this is, I mean, that front row is basically just like the front row you always see for people doing meta stuff. New Jersey is basically like probably the best battleship in the game. Like just overall, like in PvP, she's nuts. In PvE, I imagine she has to be nuts. This is also pretty spicy. Musashi's amazing. I would love to get her someday. Yeah, so these are a lot of very powerful ships. Don't know if we can actually take... Well, this one, that one we could, I mean, just decimate off the face of the earth. Luna's pretty strong there, too. Yeah, we're going to reroll. Because basically, you get it 5 rerolls a day. It gives you kind of, you know, random a lot of people. You know, I'm going to fight this one just to point out something. So you see that they have Bismarck Zwei on their defense fleet, too. And I feel like I feel like I just got a ton of anecdotal evidence about this, but anecdotal. Bismarck Zwei seems so insane on defense because I feel like look how close my Vanguard is to my main fleet. And long story short, the Calamitous Void Flame black hole thing spawns in between that. And yep, and see it right there, it sucks in our chicks, which probably means we're dead now. Granted, they took out Bismarck right in the back, Jesus Christ, and Bismarck Zwei. Yikes. Well, that did not go well. But, and that's why New Jersey's so insane. She just sometimes just knocks out one of your back row characters somehow. I need to read what her abilities actually are, because that seems so disgusting. Oh, this fleet's kind of cool. Another triple aircraft carrier back row. That's interesting. I think we should be able to smash these gals. They, even though it's a sweet team, I don't think they have the raw power. Like, as you saw there, their main fleet and Vanguard powers are only over 13,000. Which essentially that number is derived from the amount of stats that they have, like your health, your, you know, torpedo, your firepower, your all that stuff. So, in case you're wondering why it flashes some of my characters on the screen there, that basically means they're launching their salvo. Right here, Bismarck Zwei is launching her salvo. Sorry, I should have explained that earlier. August with the MVP. Alright, we got one more left here. Oh, man, look at this. This is another all-German fleet. Mad respect. God, so many good-looking babes. That Emden in the front, I definitely want to try her out someday in this build, perhaps. She seems very good, and she has a slow effect, which I absolutely love slow effects, if you can't tell. And also one of his back row characters, well, all of his I love all his back row characters, but that Ulrich, who's there, she just launched those purple beams, or those purple fireball things. I want to get her so bad. She seems really good. There's that Dragonclaw I was talking about earlier. Check out their front row. Now they do have a bunch of battleships in the back, so they can defend themselves quite decently here, but we're pretty tanky, so... Ooh. Ooh boy. Hopefully this takes them out, otherwise we could be screwed. Nice. Way to go, August. And Ajira is the MVP. Well, that's cool. So... that was all the PvP matches I can do right now. Basically, they're called exercises. Basically, you get to do 5 every approximately 8 hours. So you can do like 15 a day, basically. So that's all I can do for now. And yeah, maybe I'll have to make another video about PvE stuff. Like basically, this build in PvE is absolutely disgusting. It is so insane. That Calamitous Void Flame is just nuts. So it's a great time. And anywho, hope you had fun, and feel free to download the game. It's free to play, and I've been doing it free to play all year, so other than I bought some skins, but didn't buy anything that mechanically helps at all. So take care and see you later.